Matthew, thank you so much. 100 Thieves versus the Evil Geniuses. Inferno nuked us too. And of course, Anders and Moses.
Well, of course it is. We're ready to bring you this best of 3, starting on Inferno, and 100 Thieves starting on the T side, EG on the CT side. And they're setting up a little bit slowly. It looks like they might want to just wait here at Banana. They have all the grenades to try and go for a pretty cool B execute if they want to, but I don't blame them. Everyone's waiting. 4-man setup at middle for EG as well.
I was going to say, everyone's running these 4-1s on the defensive side of Inferno. Just the one player in Banana, Stanislaw, going to try and spot one. He just can't go down. Seeing the head, I think he's got to know there's at least 2. He's got 1 smoke to delay, but no one budging from EG. They're hoping that 100 Thieves go back, but it doesn't even look like that's likely.
If you're, I'm just going to say, if you're Stanislaw, how have you not used the smoke already? How is he so...
If you use it too early, you just straight up lose. So, I mean, now you can at least have it for the post-plant. You know, if it's not going to delay them long enough, it's only going to delay them towards 50 seconds. You're the only defender here. You're playing retake. Look how committed he is. This is actually pretty damn good damage for being the only player, but you're going to have to rely on a stellar retake, and you're going to have to drop this smoke on the bomb and get the defuse.
Yeah, that might be exactly what he's planning. We'll see if it's going to work out that way. JKS playing very close with the Glock. Ethan wants to see if he could maybe snipe him with the USP. Cirque goes down, stand on the other side of the map, and, well, this retake has to work at Banana Ridge. Not going to work at all. Breeze alone now in a 1 versus 2, and they are just going to play for time and hide.
And the kit's in construction, so Breeze has to go this direction, especially with the time that's left. He's got to take these fights. That's not a quick enough win. It's not a win at all, in fact. Pistol round goes to 100 Thieves.
We really have seen that 4-1 setup.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Feels like teams have just given up on the CT pistol round. They're like, let's just stack somewhere.
They just don't even care.
Yeah, stack somewhere and hope they come here. Either way, tough to make this work. I mean, the retakes, especially in pistol rounds, are going to just be so difficult. Now, one interesting thing to note, if you're an EG fan, you probably won't enjoy this too much. Remember, they played the last game last night. They played that Liquid, and they had it in overtime. They had like a pretty long series, ended relatively late. Now they're playing the first series here today, so they haven't had a whole lot of turnaround time.
Yeah, time to talk things out. I mean, I guess it's not really the sleep that we're talking about here. We're just talking about...
Yes, it's ability to research, ability to game plan and practice specific things against 100 Thieves. But you'd imagine they've played each other plenty. Ooh. Good shot from Jacob. The boost up, the improvised boost over the wall.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, I think you're right. They have played each other a lot, but again, just to add that little bit of confidence, make sure you've run through everything. Maybe, you know, another extra time. Yeah, they wouldn't have had as much time to do that. That's definitely true. Ethan inside of the bomb site with a P250 does get a lot of damage on the Gratisfaction, but not quite enough to make it a kill in the end. So it's going to be a 5 versus 3 here as the bomb goes down. And the rest of EG hiding over on the other side to save what they have, which is perfectly reasonable. Don't want to be in a position here where you just start giving too much away early on. You usually see sets in the next round, the Deagle too. So we'll ease into it here. Good to see 100 Thieves, though, off with a much more reasonable start. I really am not sure what happened to them this tournament. I just feel like I was expecting so much more.
100 Thieves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had a really tough time getting on board with them as well, just because I feel like I don't know what it's going to take to get them to the next level. Like, well, we already have like last year when everyone got really impressed and we were finally like, thank God this is what the Aussies were always supposed to be.
Yeah,
we had JKS playing so well, Ozza playing so well. You know, how much more are you going to get on an individual level to get to the next? So I think, for me, I felt like 100 Thieves has kind of peaked.
Yeah, but they didn't even stay at that level.
True.
That's my problem.
Well, it's been a rough start.
If they stayed there, I'd be quite excited. I think what they were doing last year was great.
Don't be too worried. A lot of teams have had slow starts this year. Liquid didn't look great. The Straws definitely didn't look great.
Yeah, but this is the day where you really can't have slow starts, and they're not. So I guess maybe I'm just, you know, barking up the wrong tree at this point in time. But my point is,
okay,
today is not the day to be off to any kind of a...
Today's not the day you want to suck.
No, that's exactly right. Another day, fine, but not right now. Last day outside of the arena, and then we get to it. A lot of teams. I've noticed this. Players who, you know, who don't make it, it actually matters to them to play on that stage. So,
yeah,
it's like a career thing, right?
Especially with this specific one, this specific stage. Tarek gonna get pop flashed in. Oh, that works near perfectly.
There's a really good flashbang. Gratisfaction 2 in return with a Mac 10. Gonna help him out if he wants to pick up that AWP. I really like watching Gratisfaction AWP when he is, you know, really feeling it. He's had some almost criminal AWP shots in the past, so.
Well, we'll see when that busts out. Maybe not on the T side here of Inferno. Good trade. One more kill comes out for Cirque. They know the second player is here due to the boost, but it's Stanislaw with just a USP. Don't think he'll get a whole lot done. Aza gonna find his position as well. A couple shots fired out. This is gonna be 3-0 for the 100 Thieves. You were asking me this morning what 100 Thieves meant.
I was, yes. Did you find out for me?
I did find out for you. There was a video that they put out to explain things. You know, 100 because you always give 100%.
Yeah.
And Thieves because, you know, you just have to go out and take things. No one's just going to give it to you. So you got to go out and take what's yours.
Oh, so they're the Thieves that are sort of giving 100%.
It's like a Robin Hood side of Thieves.
It's actually
so much
it's actually a better explanation than I was saying. See, I was so confused about the brand, but I think the brand is one of the strongest brands in esports. So I think
done a very good job.
I think they've done an amazing job. I just didn't know anything about the origin, so I was confused by the name. I won't lie. I'm glad I got that. Thanks, Jason. I was
just what I bring into the table today here on Elimination Day.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Stanislaw, I don't know how he continued that spray long enough to get it, and Ethan certainly doesn't want to stick around anymore, but that was everyone looking a little bit sluggish to start the day. That's a lot of utility used between Stanislaw and Ethan as well. That, I mean, there's just not a lot of nades on this EG side, so they're going to stack over at this B bomb site for the moment, but they are at such a disadvantage in terms of utility.
Breeze actually smoking off the middle. He's the only one on A. They go a little bit aggressive. Cirque will pick up one with the AWP. I wonder if that's a clue for 100 Thieves that something is up, that he's all the way over here. Does jump back around the corner. Smoke is up, and he's just going to try and guess the timing. Not really going to get it. Inside of the... Actually, not even inside of the bomb side. They're going to go for the boost on the other side here. Tarek trying to see if he can stop the bomb, and he does! That's a huge kill. It'll buy a little bit of time for Breeze to get here in the 2-on-2. And Aza not even planting the bomb yet. Got to be quick because now the AWP is on the other side, and that can get scary. That can shoot right through those coffins. You got to be careful. Aza planting by the fountain, and Cirque, he really wants it. He actually almost had it. That is very, very close to being a kill. And now the 2-on-2 continues. No kits, or sorry, no grenades here on EG, so they're just gonna have to try and see if they can find a fight. Any way to do this. They're gonna group up instead of going in one at a time. And JKS, he needs to rely on Aza right now. There's the he actually just found the perfect time to go for the peak. I thought maybe it was going to be Aza looking at it first. Cirque goes down next, and 100 Thieves come out on top. 4-0. When they take away that AWP, that was, in spite of the stack, 3 men at the B bomb site.
I think that was, for me, just played a little incorrectly, and not too much, but I feel like when you have... I don't think 100 Thieves realized there was another player next to Cirque with the AWP, but they were both playing in spawn side. They were both playing behind the smoke of that set piece, right?
Yeah.
And they had to go for the boost. It was the only way to really get involved in the action. You have an AWP trying to spam through the smoke. That's not going to work. If they had the other player, that M4, in the site, because 100 Thieves had already seen 3 players there, that was going to be the 4th. I think that's what would have caught him off guard.
I actually thought, as I was saying it, that Tarek was inside of the bomb site. He cheated me by rotating
He rotated around, yeah.
Okay. See, I thought that was maybe going to be the way to get back in. Good early deke from Cirque.
Here's the other heartbreaking side of it, is that was kept just close enough for EG to really want to go for that 2-on-2 retake. That took all the guns away. You can see the harsh reset. The consequences of that. Upgraded pistols. They have armor on 3 players. 2 smokes on Ethan and Stanislaw. That's the players at the B bomb site, so...
Yeah, that is... We do talk about that every once in a while. When your retake just looks good enough early on that you want to keep going for it, and then you end up sinking more and more weapons into it. Stanislaw back here. No reason for them 52 seconds to try and come through. If they do wait long enough, Ethan has another smoke. I think that is the only way they could even think of winning this, and he's going to put it down already, which, again, it's very hard to judge him for it. If you wait too long and you throw it down when they're walking in, they're just going to come through anyway. But they could probably wait this out and then go for it. See, another person rotating over. How much do you trust in that CC on Stanislaw?
That's the question. I trust quite a bit if there's enough distraction. Here we go, Liaz turning the corner. Ethan gonna go down first. This is all a bait, but oh, look at Liaz. He's checking everything. He turns away at the last second, but okay. Shouldn't have had faith in it. It didn't work out well at all. Missed its shots. 5th round now for 100 Thieves.
5 in a row.
Derek's picked up an AK-47, though.
Yeah, that's something. they can work with that.
This is going to be a fun match to watch, I think, because both of these teams are in the bottom 4 for the tournament in terms of their utility damage. So I think a lot of this is going to be just a brawl. Like, remember what we had yesterday? We were commenting on that Mad Lions game.
Yes.
They weren't throwing out a whole lot of utility either, so it was just like literally rush into a place and attack, and that was fun. I think we're going to get a very similar style of series here with EG and 100 Thieves.
It could well be. I look forward to it. I do think this is going to be a brawly game. And in terms of the entertainment, in terms of keeping up, you know, I think if 100 Thieves start off this way, then I imagine it's going to be maybe all 3 maps. Because I actually have EG winning this. And I'm not that panicked by the fact that they start off a little bit slow here. Yeah. I still think they're going to be able to turn this. I mean, I don't know if they're going to win Inferno, but I think they can overall turn their team around. So it'll be interesting. I think it'll be an interesting match, this one. What are some of the people? Pimp was mentioning Ethan as one of the players he'd like to see, you know, perform better. I really want to see, you know, at least a half out of Cirque, where he is truly bananas.
Uppers have really struggled this event so far, it feels.
Some of them, yes. I've noticed. Kenny, no.
Yeah, Kenny's been playing fine. Woxic actually played pretty good, damn good yesterday as well.
But it's true, though. We've seen some of them go missing.
At least on the first 2 days. Maybe day 3 was the turning point for Uppers. Yeah, I'm also, I mean, I've been big on Ethan for some time. That's not a good look. I've been big on Ethan for some time in this team. He strikes me as like the kind of player that just brings him to the next level. Like, Breeze has been obviously great, but Ethan is someone I think just has so much skill. I think the one thing he's struggled with is finding his form consistently throughout his career. So once that happens, I think he's going to be absolutely nuts, and he'll help propel EG to a new level.
I'm so not worried about Stan ever looking like anything. I just think he's a rock, you know?
Okay.
Just cool.
Well, they're running out of utility. They're stressed, and they've lost a player. Cirque, you wanted to see how he can do. Missed shot initially. Doesn't even get the follow-up. He's taken down. They swarm into this bomb site. EG rotates a 3rd player to the B to Banana. And 100 Thieves make the perfect call out of it. 6-0. A quick and a painless 6-0.
It opens up so many options now suddenly for the T side, because they can... They've proven, what, the first 5 rounds roll at the B bomb site? And, you know, that's great. Obviously, you just keep hammering that weak point. If EG don't know how to defend it, you just keep, you know, doing that. But if eventually they figure out how to defend it and then you don't have an A attack that works, yeah, you know, then you're kind of out of options. But now they prove, well, we can actually do that too, and it works out just fine. Oh, it poses a lot of problems for EG. They need to find a way to establish some early control, I think, in some of these rounds, where potentially they, you know, just find an early kill, maybe, you know, just make it a 4-on-5 and then play from there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the hard part is there's just we're not seeing the multi-kills yet out of EG as well, is one thing. They just seem to be a little bit slow to start this day. I mean, this is a team that's built off the fact that pretty much everyone on the team can get a double kill whenever they want it.
Yeah.
They've only had a single round in this game so far where they've been able to
What are you saying, none of them want
it? Yeah, I guess that's the logical next step of that statement. I just don't want to do multi-kills today. Let's make it easy. Ooh, that's a shot. All right, Cirque's here.
Run boosted in. That's a very good grenade in return, though. Molotovs to try and see if they can reclaim a bit of banana control. more just exchanging grenades. It is just the classic, you know, banana situation, isn't it? The banana exchange.
Just the trade,
sort of like a stock exchange.
The trade of artillery.
Yeah, just with grenades instead of money. Throw him in there.
That's the worst stock exchange. Ooh, Pop Flash. This has really not been that successful. This time, it works. We've seen some blind players. We haven't been able to see anyone get really capitalize on a Pop Flash like that, but Ethan's got them in a 5-on-3. Cirque's going to back away. And even JKS was over in those A holes. He was trying to probe into the bomb site. He's going to back off. So set piece coming towards the B site. 100 Thieves have just lost too many players. They're just going to go for something standard.
Ethan just looking for a shoulder. Timing is kind of everything here. If he peeks back at the wrong time, they can absolutely catch him. But he's really, really quick with it. Puts down the smoke at 37 seconds. So that's amazing timing.
It's a shallow smoke, though, and it's got a bit of a friendly gap in it on the side, so Gratisfaction is going to be fine coming through this. You imagine a flashbang coming. There it is from Jacob. Grat turns, and now they swing in. Coffins needs to be handled, but Stanislaw comes out on top of the battle. And 100 Thieves just been whittled away. I don't think they can win this round.
No, definitely not. And EG actually, to their credit, sort of not even going for it here in a 2-on-5. I mean, they could try and run in right away, but they wait until the bomb is being planted, and then they go for it, not losing a single player, and finally getting a round on the board. So, excellent news from their point of view. Like to see that kind of thing. Yeah,
3 kills with pop flashes that round for EG.
Yeah.
That's great. That's perfect. That's exactly what you need, and that's exactly why they have 5 players alive, really neutralizing any chance of 100 Thieves being able to thin out the herd a little bit. So we're getting to build some cash on the CT side.
You know the way that Ethan was peeking that corner with the smoke?
Yeah.
It's like when you were a kid and you were closing one eye and you were like, now I can see the lamp, now I can't see the lamp, you know, sort of like... No.
You had a weird childhood. Ooh, another opening pick for Cirque. That's 2 in a row.
This is before the internet, people. There wasn't much to do in, like, you know, the early 90s.
Oh, that noise. Jacob has been, I mean, there's obviously an audio cue, and they don't know that there's 2 players in Boiler for EG, so that information's been passed on. Cirque's got another, and Breeze. There's those double kills from Cirque and Breeze in the round, each with a pair of kills. Tarek's going to finish it off. We've got EG on the board, and now stringing rounds together, 2-6.
Jason, maybe you were right. Maybe they just didn't want them, and now they're like, you know what?
We want them this time.
It's time.
Yeah.
Pick up those multi-kills. 6 rounds, though, is such a solid start for 100 Thieves that, you know, it's not that, obviously, if this turns out 9-6, it won't feel that way. But if they can scrape a little bit together, you know, get a couple of more in there, this is really, really good, isn't it? That was that run boost from earlier.
Yeah, that can't be an easy shot to hit. I've never actually tried it, but it seems like something that would be outside of my wheelhouse, so to speak.
You could probably find some excellent music to put together. I was about to say arcade, but we don't talk about that anymore. It's a really aggressive take of Banana. Stanislaw all the way up to the smoke, and Cirque behind him trying to cover him with an AWP. That could get interesting. If they flash their way through and Cirque misses one shot, then can Stanislaw do the rest? He's not going to miss that one on Liaz. And what do they do now? Trying to flash himself into that fight is Gratisfaction, but I don't think they realize that Stanislaw is this close, and that can make it all the more dangerous. Tarek, easy kill on Jacob, looking the wrong way, and JKS, he can't even follow this up. I mean, he doesn't know that, but there's so many people waiting, and Tarek, he got bored even just waiting for that one. A little bit of a push. Gratisfaction actually was ready for it. It's a 2-on-4 now.
I think that's just a fast reaction. Stanislaw peeking into his crosshair. They tried to double peek it, but the AWP is just too fast. This has been so good for EG. They have done, this is 2 rounds now in a row. They've had a 5-on-3. They've got all the opening kills in this 3-round stretch. They're doing a phenomenal job in the early stages of getting a grip on these rounds. And for 100 Thieves, you're bleeding too many players. Those opening kills are coming out. Obviously, Cirque peeking down mid. Obviously, Cirque peeking down Banana. Those are hard kills to be able to trade. But you're not gaining any ground for those kills. So 100 Thieves is, they're going to have to readdress this AWP situation, because Cirque starting to get on point has got to be worrying. He's got $800 in the bank.
It's a bit of a return right now for EG. You love to see that. We were saying as well, we weren't getting super worried. I think overall, it's good news that 100 Thieves are off to a good start, because it was hard for me to imagine that EG weren't going to warm up into this game, even if they were getting beat up in the beginning. Now back to pistols mostly for the T side, and yeah, that could really put a lot of pressure on them all of a sudden. What about Creedence Traveling Band to start getting run boost? Do you think that would work?
What about what?
Creedence, the Traveling Band. Could that work?
I don't know that song.
Yeah, you do.
I probably do. If I heard it.
It's on your playlist that you shared with me. So
Oh, is
I know
it?
you do.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that song's great. Oh, Gratisfaction. Oh, they're going to get kills running through the Molotov as well. Stanislaw trying to back away. That's a big fight to win. Unarmored, and he's going to go for more. That might actually catch him off guard. They might think he's backed away, but that's a dink and a half, and returned, and a third. Stan's a god.
That's what I keep saying. Listen, can we get a replay of Stan getting shot in the face and not even moving? Just actually... I mean, he was so just untouched by that whole situation. He didn't even shrug. He was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, come, just bring it.
Didn't even worry about it whatsoever.
It just looks funny, doesn't it?
It was something out of Terminator.
Yeah, he's just completely disinterested in the whole scenario. Breeze with a good flank to defuse the situation, and ultimately that will be the round. So another one for EG. Starting up now at 4-6. That's a good 4-round comeback. Very open game.
Here we go. You get to see it again.
Yeah, here we go. It's like, yeah, so what? Oh, man. I did. It brings me a lot of pleasure watching Stanislaw play this game. It's not that he's like the star fragger or anything like that. There's just some attitude that I just enjoy.
Well, here we go. Heavy towards Banana. They're coming through all the Molotovs. They're going very quick, and Ethan can't turn around in time. Stanislaw, though, he puts a stop to it. He continues the fight. He could have got away after those 2 kills. Either way, we'll have a retake on our hands. Cirque would love to just snag one more as soon as he gets here, but Molotov in hand, not the AWP. Trying to time, and it's not the low HP player, so the nade isn't going to finish off Gratisfaction, but that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. That's going to make a bit of a difference. Helps the retake. Now both Gratisfaction and Lias are low on health.
Look at the utility. Look at all the nades. 3 smokes, 3 Molotovs for EG to use. They have a nice advantage in that department.
They do, but there's a lot of counter grenades coming out. That's just been re-smoked. There's a Molotov on the other side. So what do they do? All try and wrap around construction? That's not going to be easy either. And that buys so much time. What's that, like another 15 seconds off the bomb if they wait for it? Now they're coming through, but Cirque goes down immediately and they have to run. Oh, wow. Just a couple of counter grenades is what did it. Not even saving a rifle. What a nice round out of 100 Thieves. That was really well timed. And yeah, they saw that opening once they took down Stanislaw.
That's a call out of a timeout as well. I mean, that's got to just be, you know what, guys, screw this. Let's just get into that B bomb site. Let's not slow down. They were even putting out Molotovs the whole way. So, yeah, really well done from 100 Thieves to get into that site. And that took away a lot of the strengths that EG had in that 4-round streak, is the opening kills, the trading.
When Cirque comes in for the rotation and he just jumps in, it's... I mean, I get he wants to get that quickly, but just running and not assuming that the smoke is up so that he doesn't get picked off is kind of scary.
Yeah.
But we worked out fine, at least in terms of getting around the corner. Ethan with another AWP, but he's low on, or half health at least. But it's cool. Double ult means they could probably leave Ethan out here on Banana and just put everyone else at A.
Well, that's good for them, because actually 100 Thieves gearing up for an A hit right now. All 5 players on this side of the map, 2 in mid, 4 in the halls. Oh, a lot of pressure, but they're going right at Breeze, and they're going right at Stanislaw. This is a nasty little crossfire with 2 M4s. Yeah,
it's an unbelievable crossfire. We actually get stinked. The Graveyard still gets one more kill before he finally gets taken out. Tarek, still more defense here. A little bit of a trouble with the AWP, and actually they find a kill on Tarek, and now, Cirque! That's a headshot on JKS, and that'll buy some time. Ethan is almost there. He's got a deep crossfire into the side. If they cross it, that might be dangerous, but as it just takes him out, must have seen something. And another round, 8 on the board for 100 Thieves. That is quite impressive. They ran at a 4-man stack.
I don't think you'll see it too often. That's an entry kill for 100 Thieves on the balcony on Breeze. One of the best players, obviously, you know, the strongest performing player on EG, one of the best players in the world. You don't see someone of his caliber lose that fight on balcony too often. Completely blinded, that stack got busted up. That crossfire we mentioned, that felt like it should have been a slaughter. And at 4 players defending.
Yeah, it really did.
Could not hold off the hit.
It's great as well, because when he gets that opening, the rest can focus on Graveyard, which is what they did. They weren't even looking for it. They were just looking for Stan.
Even with Stan getting 2 kills, couldn't pull out the win. A lot of nade damage onto Liaz. Almost some team nade coming in at the end. He's going to back off with such low HP. And I think maybe perhaps I don't know, maybe not a misread, but there is a Mac 10 on Gratisfaction now passed over to Liaz. So perhaps trying to take advantage of some unarmored or unhelmeted opponents. Pop flash over, Gratisfaction in perfect position to punish anything.
Almost getting timed. They're setting up for a flashbang, I think.
No, they don't have one for it.
Oh, they don't even have one?
They're just setting up for a crazy, crazy defense right in this choke point, and they're just going to try peek it. Good win for Ethan.
Don't even need the flashbangs, I guess. That seems very high risk to me, but they come out alive. Cirque back around the corner, calling it a bit of help. Tarek now back towards Arch as well, and Breeze is still covering that balcony.
This is everything this round for EG.
Yeah.
They're running out of money, and if they lose this, it's likely going to be 11-4. At least 10 rounds for 100 Thieves, so EG's got to be careful. Both players inside of the B bomb site. There's a smoke towards CT spawn choke point. 2 Molotovs, a smoke, and a flashbang left for the attack.
Yeah, but none of them, none of the defensive grenades are over here at the B bomb side. Now Tarek is just showing up, and He's got one AG grenade, but the Molotov will burn them back from the coffins. And now, ooh, if they'd saved that for the planter, he's actually very low on health. Could maybe be a chance. Sorry, it's Azza that's picked it up instead. So pretty good swap out with the bomb there for 100 Thieves. That's going to give them the bomb plant. And it's 4 versus 5. So once again, they're going to be super tempted to go for this. But that might also lose them all of the rifles if they can't complete it. Stanislaw's already gone down. Tarek ready and waiting, but they push out of the bomb site to fight him, and he wasn't expecting it. He was looking into the wall instead, and they have to fall back. Oh, wow. Not only losing the round, but losing all of the rifles.
That's brutal. There's the economy just gone. And especially if Breeze goes down, there'll be nothing to toy with. That is pretty harsh. That's a 5-on-4 for EG. They've got a 78% win rate when they have a 5-on-4 advantage, and this one is that's a crushing loss to go the other way. I don't know what they'll be able to afford. It's pretty simple for 100 Thieves. They pressured towards the A bomb site, lost a player, and just dumped it down, went right back towards B. One of the tough parts about that B site, just there's so much emphasis on it because it's just an easy execute, even if you have light utility.
Yeah,
but listen, earlier I mentioned one criticism I had, and this is something that I see that I don't like when I see a lot of teams do it. It's just a personal thing. Just
tell me what you really think. I think you're trying to be nice.
No, but we saw one round the Evil Geniuses. They had so much of their defense stuck behind the smoke, and this actually hold the thought. Mid aggression, pushing down. Smoke is going to be in the face. Same with the flames that were extinguished. No connection through that smoke.
Jacob sneaking up. Ooh, Tarek going to be found. I think they see just the feet, and that's apparently enough for a kill. Shooting him in the toes. And Ethan will try and make it back with that AK. Looks like he's going to be successful in doing that. Okay.
Bit of pre-fire from Azza.
Don't often see people escape when they actually put over that mid-push, but somehow they did. Ooh, good timing for Liaz. Flashbang from Gratisfaction to pick up that kill on Stanislaw. Once again, the B-bomb side open.
Yeah, and I'll get to my point. Sir, he has a chance here. Gratisfaction's going to find him. We saw the defense of the B bomb site previously where Tarek rotated back around where Cirque was, and both of them were stuck behind the smoke.
Yes.
This was another situation where the two primary defenders of the B bomb site were both playing at coffins, and the one Molotov that was thrown forced them both back into construction. They haven't really been able to mount an actual defense in the bomb site itself. We've seen them pop flash peek and get aggressive and find a kill or two that way, but we've also seen them fall so far away from the bomb, so we haven't actually seen that battle at new boxes, at dark, at oranges.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, and most of the trouble seems to be stemming from that B bomb site, so they need a fix. I still feel like you went with a very polite version. What is it going to take, Jason, for you to yell at them? Really,
It's too early. My problem is...
Yeah? 10-4 is not enough, you think?
No, it's too early in the day.
Ah, all right.
I don't have the brain power to do something mean that does not cross the lines.
Oh, okay. So it's
it's preserving my own career. Yeah.
Okay.
Those situations.
Well, fair play. We'll see how it goes later on. If they hopefully EG will recover and you won't even have to yell at them. But yeah, that B defense is almost non-existent, and they've been trying very many different things. They've been pushing stand down to the bottom. They've been trying to flash retake top banana, but every time even if they come out even in some of those fights, 100 Thieves just say that's cool. Here come all the grenades, and we'll just take it.
Yeah, not just grenades, but flashbangs. Let's talk about that for a moment, because 100 Thieves is one of the best teams we have with their flashbangs. Azza, 40% of Azza's flashes have resulted in an assist, in a kill assist in this game. So I mean, that's not too shabby. He's got 5 of them so far.
That's actually really impressive. Yeah,
10 against Tai Lu on Inferno earlier in the tournament. So he's one of those guys. I mean, those are the kind of like dirty work that don't really always show up, that you don't always get the stats to.
No, it's cool that we have them. That's enjoyable. 15th round. AWP back in the hands of Cirque. EG looking to get, what do we call this? Like a comfort round at the end? Just, just something.
Something to make you feel just a little bit better. See if they can get it. I mentioned losing that round might just be an 11-4 half. See if Cirque can have success. Gonna have a chance over in Halls, and another big battle at top banana. Ethan's gonna find 2. That's massive. Cirque adds another one on top of it, and I think this round is done and dusted.
That looked like such an unfavorable fight for Ethan. It looked like he actually didn't want to rotate into that corner, and somehow he still beat them just with raw aim. So
he didn't want to rotate into the corner, but he did want the double kill.
He did want that.
It's nice to see EG wanting double kills these days.
It does help out. Yeah. For me, it's very reminiscent of a time where Henry used to argue that the only reason Freiburg wasn't winning more tournaments because they just didn't really want to.
Wanted to give other people a chance.
Wanted to give other people a chance, yeah. So, just reminded me of that. Azza on the one side with the bomb, 40 seconds, and Jacob is all the way on the other side. So it doesn't really look like a winnable round in any universe. Tarek waiting down here. I mean, if they could fake them, if they could force a rotation, but it's kind of hard to do when you're 2 versus 4 to force the entire CT side to make a mistake.
If he gets this kill on Tarek, I think we'll see that rotation. Although,
if Azza gets both, it'd be so sick, wouldn't it? Jacob really trying, and they are actually moving up, but there's a smoke up. If not for that smoke, maybe they walk into his crosshair and it would be amazing. That's a cool theory from 100 Thieves, but it doesn't work out. They still get 10 rounds in the first half, and that's amazing. 5 on EG, and they're going to have to make up for it in the second half when we come back after the break. We are back once again. It's EG and 100 Thieves. Map 1 here of day 4 in Katowice, Intel Extreme Masters. And it's been a very, very good start for the 100 Thieves side, which I think they needed. They've been looking so
flat in this tournament.
Yeah, it's not been what we wanted at all. But this is much better. And now it's EG that have to find a way back. They're going to be playing on the T side now. their B defense is really, really not that much to write home about. So maybe they could exploit the same thing. They certainly need to come up with something.
Yeah, well, the wild thing is actually EG have more multi-kill rounds than 100 Thieves do. They have more rounds where their players have gotten 2+ kills than 100 Thieves, and they're still losing it in a pretty big margin. 10-5 on your T-set, that's phenomenal. 100 Thieves just they won so many of the critical impact rounds, that like the swing rounds that would have allowed EG to get back into the game. They reset them again in the middle portion of the half. That was really brutal down the stretch to give 100 Thieves the opportunity to get to 11.
So they showed up for for a marathon, and then they did some excellent sprints, along the way.
Yeah.
But ultimately, not
Couldn't make it to the finish line.
Couldn't. Is that an?
Well, we'll see. The finish
work?
line isn't here yet. No one's found the finish line yet.
That's true. So we're still in the middle of it. I don't know if that analogy really works.
No.
But it's the best I got, so
That's a shame.
So I have to live with it, yeah.
So, I mean, we came back. We're not quite ready to get things started just yet. You can see the players all just chilling. Oh,
Yeah.
there's the fist bumps. There they come.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Almost missed that one.
Wouldn't like to miss that one.
Oh, we're watching. Some smoke's being picked up, and a C-Cent 75 is in Gratisfaction. I've seen that before from him on this particular Inferno map. I mean, if you play close to the half on it, almost anywhere in Inferno, you're going to be close enough to be using that CC to a lot. All right. Just destroy that chicken.
How did the observer know which chicken was going to get destroyed?
These observers are very, very good, aren't they? That's actually next level.
All right, here we go. Gratisfaction in the halls. He's gonna have some attention. He's gonna have a chance. Oh, Breeze doesn't look initially, but the missed opportunity. He wants to go for more. He's crazy. Doesn't have armor. Got to be careful with bullet management as well with that CZ in the pistol round.
Yeah, you can run out very easily. 3 at the A-bomb side, now 4th leaning over. So initially it wasn't the 4-1, but it ended up that way anyway. JKS is very, very close to a couple of people here. If he goes down, and they're boosting, they might try and see if they can put some more pressure on, but it's not the entire team. And JK is also keeping cool and holding on to that smoke, which I do appreciate. Now they're leaning more people over. They might be a little bit worried.
Yeah, 100 Thieves doesn't really know what's going on in this map at the moment. Ozza's just gotten over to the B bomb site, so this is going to be heartbreaking. 5-on-2 here at this site. There's the first smoke for Small Pit. There's the flashbang. Gratisfaction with the CZ's got to do work close up in lane. He goes down. That means it's all Liaz, and he missed everything.
It's just so understandable why 100 Thieves would rotate the way that they do. Because that round could have just as well been a mirror of the first one, where Stanislaw gets pushed back and then, they go B. And that's, I think, exactly what they were thinking themselves. They're like, you know what? They're probably just going to show up now that they've pushed him back. And as a result, they go for the preemptive rotate. And that I just think that is what pistol rounds are. And I know some people don't like it. I don't know what your opinion is about it. There's part of me that does enjoy the roll of the dice that is, pistol rounds in this game.
Yeah.
I think Sean Gares at one point was trying to make an argument that, why have that element?
God. Okay. Well, I know there's been the argument a lot is just take the pistol rounds away.
Yeah, I don't know if Sean wanted them all the way away, but I think he was, at least leaning in a direction where you just try and make them less random in some way.
Yeah.
I enjoy the comedy of it.
It is one of the conversations that pros have had for some time. So
yes,
10-6 now in the favor of 100 Thieves.
Wait, you said that like you were counting Sean out of the pro, Sean is family and the pros, so I'm just saying. It sounded like a diss,
Well, only if you're sensitive. Only if you want to take it that way.
I'm not trying.
I didn't mean as a diss.
I'm not trying to start anything, Jason. I'm just asking.
He's just no longer currently a pro.
Okay. All right.
Why are you?
Hope you're listening, Sean.
I'm taking Sean's angle on this. Oh, that's a good dink. Jacob probably didn't even expect that to be a possibility. A little bit slow on falling back, and he's punished for it. Big investment in this second round. Everyone's bought up except for Gratisfaction. 900 in the bank for him.
They dodged a lot of, or they dodged 2 grenades out there that looked like they were going to land right on top of them. So that's also pretty important.
Yeah, EG with a great response. You get that dink, you get that damage, and you just start backing away. Everyone knows where the likely nade spots are in Banana at this point. Jacob looking over Coffin, looking for someone to come through that smoke. 4 players in Banana. You have Tarek on the other side of the map at alt mid. He's looking for a lurk. He's looking for a flank.
They really don't have a lot to defend this bomb site with. Azur's about to show up, but again, they need smokes to make this really work, and JKS needed a headshot with the Deagle. Not going to get a chance. I think Ethan was blind, but it doesn't even matter. Like, Galil will still be able to win the fight. Jacob, he was low from earlier, so a nice entry into the site. I think it would have been fun to see what would have happened if that defense had had another smoke to put up, if they could have kept re-smoking it. But the smokes they had were on the other side. Lias, as you can tell, still holding one.
And EG, I mean, they just played that smart. They were aggressive on the initial contact in Banana, but also throwing out utility, waiting for the response, a little bit more utility, waiting for another response, and then finally making their play. So whatever utility 100 Thieves did have at the B bomb site, not able to be put into play at the right time. And certainly it helps that both the B defenders were put on low HP before the full-blown execute. So 10-7.
Surviving
Comebacks coming.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not. This isn't some crazy comeback. It's not Mouse Sports and G2 on Dust 2. Right?
Oh, don't remind me.
So even 10-5 comebacks absolutely doable, especially winning the pistol round. They survived this second round buy up from 100 Thieves. So now they just need to keep that cruising. The interesting thing will obviously be if they can win that first gun round, because then things start to get interesting. It was a 6-round run that 100 Thieves started off with in the first half. So that I mean, that does so much. It's a huge part of the explanation why the score ended the way that it did in that first half to begin with.
Headphones off.
Ooh. All right.
You know what that means?
Yeah, it means we get a chance to catch up on maybe some topics we haven't touched yet.
Like what?
I'm sort of interested. I think how some of these teams that are playing the tournament now, I think the ones that are doing really well, that just look better overall. I think Mad Lions are obviously they are the underdog team, and there are many people's dark horse, but they're going to have a lot of challenges that other teams won't have. But I think one of the things that they have going for them is the sort of confidence and commitment they have to a bunch of the fights they take. I think FaZe are in that same mode. I think G2 are in that same mode. And then there are a bunch of teams that fall outside of that, where there's more hesitation. I just, how much do you think that can switch from day to day? Because we know Mouse Sports can be a confident team. Liquid, I think, we're suffering from a little bit, and then they weren't yesterday, obviously.
I don't think. I mean, I think it depends on the team to a certain degree. Because I think a lot of the teams that we see that lack some confidence in their fight selection and what they're doing as a squad is because probably the biggest issue I've always noticed in players is not feeling confidence in the preparation. And I think that leaks into your individual game. Like if you're not confident in how your team is playing or what's being called, the back of your mind, that lack of confidence is going to leak into how you decide to play on an individual level as well. So I think, I think that explains the big turnaround in Team Liquid from what we saw in Blast in their spring split towards now looking a little bit more assertive. They had that boot camp. They start feeling a little bit comfortable that they're all on the same page. I think you have Navi, who's very open about the fact that there's still a lot of progress to be made and so a lot of struggles. And I know that's a team that you identify as someone who's not that same confidence. And that probably explains that as well. So, a lot of it depends on the team.
All right. So maybe with...
I think the best thing that Mad Lions has going for him is it's obvious when they play that they have full faith in Hunden's calls.
Yeah. And they are some really cool calls. So,
for good reason.
Yeah, it makes sense. Stack over at the B-bomb side, but with very limited weaponry. Good couple of dinks. That's not bad at all with the USP. Another one coming in. I think Breeze is lacking head armor. Could that really be true?
Yeah, it looked like it. He went down very quick, like a sack of potatoes.
Instantly dropped. That's... it's not good.
No, not at all. He learned his lesson. He'll have head armor in the next round. Cirque's still going to stick around and go for a fight. That's EG just walking right into his stack, and still some danger in this round. Bomb is picked up now, but it looks like it's going to go right towards Banana anyways. All three players are going to be here.
That's interesting, right? They've already seen a few people. Maybe they're thinking the stack will have moved, but a little bit of a coin flip in some sense. Flash to set it up. Lias, he's thinking about it. They're not making a lot of noise, though, so he's not quite sure when to throw it. I guess maybe Jacob could take a little bit of a peek if he can see anyone. There's the flash coming out. Azza comes running through and instantly trucks Ethan. They almost shoot him through the smoke there. And Lias, can he line it up with the deagle? It doesn't look like it. Tarek will live at least for a little while longer. There's the kill finally happening. He's not reloaded. He's looking for the one Deegan. Cirque will take him down. That could have got very, very bad. But EG, they do survive that scare.
That's EG just wanting to run through the brick wall. Even when they saw it put up, they had the initial stop, they had the initial trade and kills, and still wanted to just go for it. So that is
like that Juggernaut guy from X-Men.
Yeah. We can't do that, though. We already have a Juggernaut in this Counter-Strike scene.
That is true. Yeah, we can't be mixing things up like that.
You picked Mad Lions today, didn't you?
I did pick Mad Lions.
Okay, they just lost their first map 16-8.
It's not
looking great.
It's not looking great.
Gratisfaction in the halls. Ooh, that's a miss, and he actually gets punished for not landing that shot. 29 HP left on the AWPer of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, pushes them back, but they don't have any banana control though, EG. So 100 Thieves as a result going to be rotating Aster over this way, and might be rotating another person even if you can keep just one guy jumping on that side. JKS only has a smoke. Always cool if you can have a flashbang and a Molotov or something like that to just, you know, keep them back if they do show up. He's also playing really far back, and I always get nervous if you're playing alone on B and your warning is going to be that late. Close to middle, Jacob immediately taken out. Stanislaw with a very quick kill.
Yeah, he was ruined. He had a couple Molotovs go into his position. He had nowhere safe to really go. So Jacob punished. 5-on-4 now for EG. And this is not the situation you want to be in if you're 100 Thieves. Haven't won a round yet in this second half, in your defensive half, and you're even rotating out of position. Gratisfaction now leaning towards the B bomb site. That's a nice nade towards mid. Doesn't do any damage, actually. But it's Liaz all alone in pit, and he is not going to have a fun time.
Or he's going to have the best time of all. It's going to be one way or the other. Flash up. He's trying to get that kill over the smoke. It's a nice smoke in so many ways, but it's just a one-for-one trade, and they're going to save almost immediately. Yeah, I just don't know what he could have done.
Yeah, don't even mind that call. You have a 2-round lead with the weapons. I mean,
yeah,
obviously you're just gambling for the B bomb site and it fails. So 10-9 in the favor of 100 Thieves, but that lead is dwindling and has dwindled very quickly in the second half. EG starting to get rolling on their T side.
And that should worry the defense, shouldn't it? One of the teams you don't want to see warm up. We already see their multi-kill potential even in the first half. If they get everyone on board and they actually start to feel really confident, it's going to be hard to stop them, surely. Tarek away from the blast zone, not going to be catching anyone, obviously. I don't think that was his intention anyway. So 9-10 will be the scoreline, and we've got a really close game on our hands. It is Inferno after all. We do see that a fair bit whenever the map comes up. We haven't seen we haven't seen 100 Thieves try and go for too much craziness. You know, Gratisfaction up there with the AWP, but there's been no, you know, rushes down mid and banana. I mean, not saying that they have to, but just that there are some things left still for them to test out.
I think it comes down to the utility as well. I think we're just starting to see that losing bonus build up where they need to have some nades if you want to get aggressive in banana, right? We know that you need a whole lot of grenades to utilize. Gratisfaction going to take a free shot as he's burning, and again, that's just a lot of damage done to him very early on in this game. Good flashbang, better peek.
They had that idea from Spawn. They had been setting that up. You could actually see him just holding the grenade half the time, so...
Well, it's nice. I mean, you have 2 players with upgraded pistols, and that's it. So just play the buddy system. Have them just set up your rifles. See what you can do with 2 players, not with that strong weaponry. And EG, they have control of mid and brackets. Again, oh, it's a great flashbang, though, one more time. Phenomenal that Azza gets a second kill inside the flames. But again, 2 flashes from Liaz, 2 kills for Azza. That's phenomenal teamwork from 100 Thieves.
Especially with that Molotov on top of him. That could have very easily ended it the other way. If they hadn't got the flashbang off, probably he just gets slowed down in the flames and it'd be hard to do much of anything. Jacob and JKS actually looking to advance this position instead of just waiting around, and that could really catch them off guard, although Breeze is looking right there. JKS, could he actually bring it back? He's going for the fight, and they might not expect it. He's all the way out yet. They almost had that kill, and now he's going to get traded instead. That looked like he had the element of surprise down. Lias, the only one on the bomb side to try and save this round for 100 Thieves and finally get something on the board here on the CT side. The Deagle will do enough for the one. Oh, and Tarek, instant dink. Or at least instant aim punch there. Nice triple for Tarek and Gratisfaction. This is an expensive weapon and you only have 28 health.
Yeah, I'd like to see him save it. That's a quick shot. Missed its mark. We're all tied up. 10-10. That's a nice round for EG. Again, just taking control of brackets, hitting the pause button once they get it, once they find that first kill, and recovering from a disadvantage.
Quad kill on Tarek.
It's important to note, remember, opening kill went to 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves is actually the second worst team we have at their playing their 5-on-4s in this tournament. They have not converted those rounds nearly as much as they would probably like to.
Who's the worst? Do we know that?
I don't know that. Would be something cool to know.
Yeah, could very well be Mad Lions, couldn't it? They've... Ooh, they looked like he was on point with that shot, but Cirque was ready. And that's dangerous. Losing that player, especially this early on, could force you. If EG managed to force them to use some of their grenades now to, just make sure they don't have quite as many.
The lowest is Tyloo Anders.
Oh, well.
They're the worst team at 5-on-4s.
Okay. That makes me... That actually...
Probably could have made that as a guess. Probably could have nailed that one.
Could have maybe... Yeah.
I was going to say
Mad
Cloud9.
Lions.
All right, well, 5-on-4 now for EG. We got to see how they can style on 100 Thieves.
Look at how well they're holding onto the grenades on the CT side after losing a player.
I think it's because so many rounds from EG have been on the slower pace. They're just saying let's not be too afraid of them just aggressively trying to attack at 1 minute. Let's wait until we start seeing the nades. Let's wait until we actually feel that pressure. But this is what happens if you don't use them early. You're giving Breeze a lot of open spaces and a lot of clear lines of sight to just tap your head clean off.
So unfortunate because Lias had just put that Molotov. So I don't think he was mentally ready for it. It just happened so quickly. And now they're going to go back. 5 versus 3, and 100 Thieves might just want to save again. I don't think... What would be the purpose of JKS to come back and try and stop the actual attack? Ethan even ran through the smoke, I think.
Yeah, just clearing things out of construction and ruins. Perfect. And I mean, I wouldn't say this is a great tactical game out of EG, but they're making some very good mid-round calls at the very least.
Yeah.
On their T side, everything seems to be pretty standard, pretty basic. It's just they're executing it very well.
They are hunting.
I like that.
They say the round that's already done. We're not going to worry about anyone hiding in any corners. I don't know if they've checked everything. They're just making that assumption, and they're right. And now they're coming for the rifles. That's a cool play. We'll see if it pays off. It could also give some of those creeks away, and obviously the AWP. So there is some risk involved. Are they going to try and actually run boost, or are they just jumping over? So far, just a lot of jumping. They're walking in with the boost. What kind of a construction is that? Some kind of a mech suit they had built there. Breeze will take 2 and another one. So 4 kills for him overall. And they will steal every rifle, and that is so worth it.
Yeah, it's very worth it. I mean, they lose a lot. You're going to have to rebuy, but Breeze had 12,000 before he reinvests in his utility and even drops over a weapon. And the other side of the coin is it takes so much away from 100 Thieves, they can't even think about buying up.
That, if they put on like a suit, they can make themselves look like a really tall guy, and they get like a circus act.
Yeah.
They have real potential.
That's an idea that I think Barnum and Bailey had that with the circus back in like the 30s. So
yeah, there we go. But we have those agent skins now, so there could be like a maybe a skin for
a two-man tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Set up for it. Make yourself look like something else.
Make sure you get your royalties with that idea.
Sure, it'll sell well. Like all my ideas.
Oh, Breeze has been so sick in that round, taking so many weapons away. 1 round lead for EG. They've won 6 in a row.
Well, that round puts him at the top of the scoreboard with 17 kills to 10 deaths. So that's what did it. Mag 7 I'm playing. Don't get to see that nearly enough, and I feel like whenever I do, it actually doesn't do that much. Maybe Jacob could be the one to change it. He's got it in range. Could be right here. He does a lot of damage. Another pellet surely would have taken Stanislaw down. But instead, he's just fine.
EG's just done such a good job so far in this map when they've had the opening kill. It was the strength of their CT side as well. JKS looking for a frag. Another 5-on-4. That's a fine shot from Gratisfaction in the smoke. I think Lias wants to put that up so he can go get the weapon. He gets an extra kill out of it. So the Molotov comes from behind. The grenade is certainly going to finish off Lias and Ethan. A crouching drive-by has opened up the other side of the map. So that's going to be the round. Gratisfaction has a Krieg. I almost think Alza should just bail out and go back to the A-bomb site and get another one of those rifles.
Yeah, surely that's what he does as well. I think he was just, hoping that they'd be a little bit too quick. Speaking of which, they threw 2 smokes. I mean, just that doesn't really do anything at this point in time. It doesn't hurt them or anything, but they threw 2 towards CT spawn. Well, do you think it's an underused idea across all maps, let's say, to actually not sometimes throw some of those grenades and challenge the people that are there? Because a lot of the time, if you're a CT player, right, especially if you're the guy rotating in, or you're coming, you're just making your way back there, you assume that a B attack will involve that smoke a lot of the time. And if you don't do it, one of the places I remember it happening is when people go for those yard crunches on the A-bomb side on train. Very often what will happen is that there will be a smoke almost on either side of the actual carriage.
Yeah.
And that the T's throw those smokes obviously to get the bomb down, but they also help the CTs get out of C connector. And sometimes if that's not there, then the T's coming out of Pop Dog will just have a clean shot. And you obviously can't do it every time, but it's so cool to see when people intentionally don't do it.
I was gonna say, I think it works as a fine gimmick. I think the place where it works probably the best is we've seen it a couple times on Dust 2, where instead of throwing the smokes to cross long, you just throw a pop flash and just turn the corner.
Yeah,
I think that's always pretty fun to see.
Yeah.
But it is a big risk. Here's another one. Oh, that's a perfect flashbang though. Breeze and Ethan both blind. Ethan still somehow wins his fight, but 2 bans down for Jacob. And Ethan's very, very low. They've got to back away.
Well, I did not think Jacob was going to make that fight. It looked like he was missing a lot of bullets early on in the spray, and even if they were flashed, there was a lot of targets that he was switching between, so yeah, heads-up play for him. 10 health left on Ethan, 10 on Cirque.
Tarek better create everything in this round. He's the only one with HP. He's the only one that's able to actually challenge in any regard.
Prime opportunity to make some great content.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? I don't know what the plan is here either. There's not even, like, you can't even do like a smoke set piece with utility because the HP is just too low for all the craziness. You almost need Tarek to... Oh, well, never mind. Oh, that nade. Oh, that nade could be perfect. It is! Yes! Double kill with the HE for Gratisfaction, and yeah, Jacob's just going to smile and laugh it up. They've got their first round on the board on their CT side.
Better late than never, I guess, is the way to approach this. Took them quite a while. It was a 6-round run for them when they were on the T side. It's even better for EG, 7 rounds to start off the T side with. But yeah, that's a fantastic grenade. What is that? It's the holy hand grenade thing going on?
Yeah.
Worms references.
Worms references, Monty Python, yeah.
Whichever you want.
Whichever you want.
Well, EG still with money. They actually don't have as much as you would have expected. This buy puts a huge dent in it.
Well, it also comes back, remember when they hunted those guns down?
True.
You mentioned it was great. They did lose 3 players. So here we are. Ethan, ready to turn the corner.
I really want to see what happens if they execute against JKS in this particular configuration. Just, it's obviously so by design, and this time at least he has the smoke and the Molotov both, so that, that could change things up. Kill on Gratisfaction.
I think he just pre-fired the corner of the smoke. Oh, he might get another one. Jacob's got to back away. You don't want to dual breeze in this situation. Calling a teammate over towards small pit, that's a big win. Jacob down to 28, but Ethan now I think is going to start pressuring towards B, and Jacob realizes that's what's next. Great shot from Cirque.
He saw that coming.
This defense is just getting picked apart.
He was ready for Leas to dance on top of that bicycle.
The whole map is open. Oh, this is a free kill. Oh, you hate to see this. You really do hate to see it. Oh, he even baits out the shot. He's gaming.
Yeah, so they know that there's one person in A. There's no other way, so they can definitely go for it. This is potentially smart. He might get picked off, but I still think this is not a bad idea.
You had to do something.
Yes.
Yeah, like you can't just sit there. And obviously JKS doesn't have the HP, so EG live to fight another day. They get another victory. They're going to have money in the bank again. This is just brutal. 100 Thieves not having a good time on their CT side of Inferno. They also had a relatively rough time against Tyloo. They lost it 7-8 against the Chinese side. And here against EG, they're losing it even worse.
Yeah, it's actually becoming a real problem for them.
8-1 for EG in the second half.
Especially if they start losing. I mean, they have a bank now, and I think they still have a lot of the loss bonus, obviously. So we'll see how that works out. JKS here with an AK, just trying to keep it alive. It's not even going to get close to doing that. Wow, 13-11. EG, if you were tuning in early on here, you might have been a bit worried, especially if you were on the side of EG, just, hoping to see them make it through this. But right now, it is looking real good. And I'm not even, I don't even know what are they supposed to do here, 100 Thieves?
I don't know, because they're doing something so right.
I have a plan.
Yeah, okay.
I love it when people go like 2 into the A apartments with someone flashing their way all the way over the building to fight second mid.
Okay.
That's wild and crazy.
That is pretty wild and crazy. Here's what's a little head-scratching for me, because I know as analysts, we always talk about, you know, we love teams that set each other up with flashbangs. That's always like one of the things that I use as a barometer to measure how good a team is. 100 Thieves has 14 flash assists in this game. EG have 4. And EG is still just dominating. I mean, it shows you kind of the strengths of what made 100 Thieves, you know, such a dangerous squad last year, and still elements that they have this year. But also EG, we talk so much about just the individual prowess of these players, the ability to just, for guys like Ethan and Breeze, to just peek into a part of the map and circ with his AWP and just find a kill without any assistance. That's a huge strength that EG has leaned on a number of times in this tournament and in their past.
They actually find a grenade kill on circ somehow all the way down the middle. Just when you read that stat out, it doesn't even seem like that should be doable. It seems like if one team has that many flash kills and the other one only has 4, then, you know, overall the team with all the flash assists would be the one to actually do it. I mean, I can see how there is obviously another way to get kills, but still, that's a weird discrepancy. You can shoot people who are not blind. And that's what EG are doing.
Well, I mean, there's another one right there. Look at the difference of how the teams would probably approach that scenario. Tarek just goes for the peak. Ethan, finally, JKS wins that battle over towards top banana. Breeze, not able to transfer over in time.
Go where the bomb is.
Yeah, the bomb is still so far back. They don't even care.
No, but if they had cared, then they would have had CT spawn.
Then they would be very frustrated.
This is so confusing. Ow, Azza, did he? I don't know if he saw it. He might hear the footsteps. Looks like he is. Yeah, they're rotating out.
I think they expected to win some of those battles is the big thing.
But this might... Oh, Tarek, he's going to run right back in. He's getting the Krieg out. Gets the 1 kill. If he wins another fight, this could get really interesting. Still 20 seconds. He can make it to a bomb site, but they're going to find a way to stop him. And I think that's the end of the round here. 14 seconds. There should be no way that Stan can find this kill in time and get back to planet. So now they just have to make sure they don't actually get, you know, too close so he can take them both down. And he won't. Another round for the CT side. Second in this half for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, you'll see Kassad will take that all day long as well. Scrappy round. They lose a lot of weapons. It's going to be hard to buy up into this and feel like you have your, you know, you're flush with cash. 100 Thieves going to have to spend everything they've got.
That was... If you looked at the minimap in that 3 versus 4 and you see the bomb that far back and there's nobody from EG's side close to it.
Yeah, I wonder if someone dropped it without saying anything, or if they just didn't really, they just kind of were taking what they got. You know, they just found they had so much space because they've been leaving the bomb at base banana as well.
Yeah, they had that tunnel vision going on. They were all focused on something else.
On killing, on fragging, on headshots.
Yeah, I guess. But someone has to do the, you know,
the grunt work, carrying the bomb, putting it down.
Make it one person's job to always. Then there's no confusion. You always know who to blame. Is that a strategy?
That's a fair point. Yeah, that can work. 13-12 for EG. Only 2 rounds for the defensive side in this half. 100 Thieves have been struggling. This is a good chance that they come into this round with 2 kits. They all have rifles. They all have nades.
You know, on the flip side, we used to do that, and we had that in 1.6. One guy whose job it always was to buy the Diffuse kid, and we would call him the Diffuse Kid, because we were funny that way.
Jesus, you really...
Doesn't seem nearly as funny now,
no,
decade later.
You had a very difficult childhood.
I know.
This is a huge round, Anders. Round 26. Money on both teams is gone. This is the final buy for both of these squads. The winner of this round gets such a nice advantage heading into the last 3 rounds of the game.
They have 3... This is potentially a very, very weak defense at the A-bomb side if they don't win an opening fight. Now, if 100 Thieves win the first fight, then they could probably find a way to focus on the rest of it. But if one guy goes down, Gratisfaction or Lias here, then there is no crossfire, and they're in a lot of trouble. And it looks like it's going to be just a pure explosion. The flashbangs are going to be coming in. Breeze is setting up for it. Knife out as he jumps down, pulls the deagle. Lias is absolutely gone, just raining terrorists down beside him. Wow, that could not get any cleaner.
No, I want to see the second kill that Stanislaw got because he was the one jumping in towards pit. That had to have been the guy towards small pit. That's an absolutely disgusting sequence. And it was a bit worrying watching it on the minimap because 100 Thieves at times has had 4 players at the A bomb site to defend against those hits, and it hasn't been successful. Now they only had 3, and they're absolutely wiped out. I can understand the desire for EG to want to hunt here. I hope they don't commit a whole lot. You have to preserve this economy.
Yeah.
It needs to be #1 goal. And yeah, you might be willing to lose 1 or 2 players, but this can be costly.
They slowed it down. You're right. It can absolutely be costly. You might just try and do it in the last second and see if they can maybe run someone through. Actually, that wallbang could work at that particular moment. See if they go for it even further. They lose
That's too much.
rifles.
That's way too much, in my opinion.
You want to do a told you so?
I told you so.
Got a song and dance to go with, anything like that?
Yeah, but the camera's not on.
All right.
14 to 12. Still, oh, that's a lot of players to have to rebuy for EG. Maybe not the biggest deal, but
it could be, though. That's the point,
That's the problem. It could be.
Now, if they lose the next round and don't have money, then we get the camera on and get.
Then I'll do a dance.
Then we do the whole thing.
I'll do a great dance for you. Well, round 27 coming in. 100 Thieves. It might not feel like it to them because they've only had 2 rounds, but the door is open for them to take this map back. They're going to have a decent buy here. FAMAS and M4 is not ideal, but they'll have some utility as well. It's not like they're completely destitute. And with those 3 kills at the end of the previous round, you have that chance to close this out. Look at this transfer over. That's so quick.
He landed crouched. He did that superhero landing, knee first into the concrete.
Yes, he did.
Well,
JKS. Ooh, pushing down, and he's gone. He's gone. Ethan saw everything. Delayed flashbang from Stanislaw. They read the banana take the whole way.
That's rough because 100 Thieves were putting 3 people there to fight it, and 2 of them have already gone. So you're committed. You want to win that fight, and it absolutely blew up in their face.
It blew up twice in their face.
Yeah, that's
like they said, we saw this blow up in our face. Now, next person come up and stick your face right next to the grenade again.
Yeah, cut the blue wire. That didn't work out well. Let's try it one more time. Still not getting it right. That's 5 versus 3 now, and still over a minute left. 100 Thieves almost have to find a way to do that. I think that's what EG are expecting. They're saying, just freeze. They're probably going to have to try and find a way back here. So, yeah, it makes sense for them to just pause it right here and see what happens.
That's not a good look for such an important round for 100 Thieves that JKS pushes down Banana on his own. Maybe he got isolated by the Molotov. He goes down. Azza then goes next. Pop flash from his teammate, but he's pushing down all alone. So 2 players die with the exact same play in the exact same spot.
Oh, and they're starting to actually rotate out of the bomb site. So Leah's...
Again, it's all you can do if you're 100 Thieves. You have to gamble somewhere because the other option is keeping these guns alive. So just get out of the A bomb site. Everyone go to B and hope it's there.
Yeah, I mean, that is a valid point.
That or you rotate everyone to A, but they've already made the decision, and EG's just going to get a free round.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Even if they'd kept Gratisfaction and Leah's there, that's a UMP and a FAMAS against 5 people. That's probably not going to win that anyway.
No, it's low percentage. And EG being super cautious, not even starting the bomb plant until 9 seconds, making sure everything's cleared out. And again, they have the decision. They don't have a whole lot of money, but how much do they want to send on the hunt?
Apparently, much of it. It's their style now. Some AKs being picked up. Look at that. No more UMP, no more FAMAS. M4 and AK instead. If they can make it out, if they can guard the weapons here towards the end, that's going to be huge. Flashed in to a headshot, apparently.
Oh, now, I mean, you get that kill if you're EG. The hunt is really on. You've already thinned the herd a bit, Ethan. He has missed his chance, so they know exactly where everyone from EG is. They know their position at top banana, and Jacob's not going to get away. Liaz is not going to get away. He gets a nice headshot. He's got to fight for everything, but he's worried about what's coming from behind. 1 HP, he goes down. Unrelenting pressure from EG, and they've got a 3-round lead. They got 3 chances to close out map 1.
Wow, and look at what they have left on the CT side. Taking those rifles, absolutely worth it. So, you know, may have cost them the first time, and we were a bit skeptical about all of that, but this time it was so worth it. 15 to 12, and 3 rounds here for 100 Thieves to try and get into overtime. Otherwise, it's going to be map number 1 going to EG, even with some struggle and some fight put up here from the 100 Thieves side. Jacob, last time he needed just 1 more pellet to get the kill on Stanislaw. See if he could land it this time. He's pushing up, edge of the fire. Wonder if they would have heard a little bit of that. He can even maybe go for the jump. He's certainly close enough range here. JKS is smoked out on the other side, so he can't do much. Maybe try and come through once the fight is already going on, but that might not be in time, and they are boosting up as he's putting down the smoke. Timing definitely not working out here.
None of the details working out for 100 Thieves. Cirque with another kill. That's towards Raps. Yeah, they're just taking him out. This is just superior firepower is working wonders for EG. Good double kill from Azza. He's kept 100 Thieves in the round. It's a 2-on-3, but he can't rotate over fast enough. JKS is going to be all alone. It's all on his shoulder. Oh, no, it's not. They're going back. They're throwing a fake, and they're fooling Azza as well. But how quickly can JKS call it off?
I mean,
Not quickly enough.
he has gotten almost nothing to make that call with. They have 2 smokes down in B, so
Well,
it looks like a B attack.
And he had a Molotov, so he didn't even know if they were waiting behind the Molotov. So Azza's going to come back, find this smoke wall in his face. He's going to hear the bomb being planted, and he's going to realize there's nothing left. They have no kit. They don't even have a second rifle.
And they re-smoked that position. They had 1 more smoke on Ethan, so yeah. Very, very rough in the last couple of rounds here for 100 Thieves. They obviously wanted what they could get to try and see if they could defend this with, but it's not going to be possible. Stanisol would get 1 more kill, and that'll be 16 rounds to the 12 of 100 Thieves. Well done on EG after being behind, what, 6-0 in the beginning of this match. He was looking a little bit grim, but they made their way all the way back.